This is the main screen of the virtual Rubik's Cube. The cube itself is in the middle. If I drag my mouse here, you can see that it is surrounded by 3 mirrors. One on the left, one in the back, and one on the bottom. This allows you to see the 3 sides of the cube itself, the left side in this mirror, the back side in this mirror, and the downside in this mirror. So without having to turn the cube, you can see all sides of the cube. Other parts of the screen include a move history down here, a guide on the side, and the menu, which we'll talk about right now. The scramble cube does exactly what you would think. When you click on it, you get a scrambled cube, which you can then start solving. Reset cube resets the cube either to the solved position or to a position you've set up, and I'll show you how to set that up next. You click on Set Virtual Cube from a Physical Cube. So if you have an old Rubik's Cube lying around that's been scrambled since 1980 something, you can go here and you can enter it. Enter the colors, for instance, orange, red, green. I'm just typing the letters in. You don't have to hit capital. These are the codes here that are very intuitive: white, blue, etc., etc. And once you fill this all in, the pictures on the right are your guides for how you want to be looking at the cube. The home squares, or the middle squares as we call them, the home squares, don't move in relation to anything that's relevant. So when we talk about the yellow side, we're talking about the side that has the yellow square right there in the middle. So if you were holding it like this, with green on the top, red on the right, orange on the left, and a blue on the bottom or downside, then you would enter it like so. And you enter each side, colors on each side, and then you hit done. Let's solve it. For the sake of this demo, we're going to go to the solved position and hit done. Let's solve it. That'll bring you back here with however you set it up. Okay. And you can speed up or slow down the turning animation within certain restricted limits. And then the all-important guided solve. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to Scramble Cube, and I'm going to show you the guided solve. We follow the standard conventions in calling this the up face, this the front, right, left, which you can see in the mirror is the orange face in this case, the back, which is green here, and the down face, which in the starting position is all white. The moves are named after those sides, the first letter of those sides usually. So when we talk about making a up turn or a U turn, we're talking about turning this face. So I'm going to type in a U, and you see that it turns the up face. 1/4 turn. Whenever we're talking about a turn or move, we're talking about a 1/4 turn, and it's moving that clockwise. Over here in the move history, you can see what I've been typing. I typed a U. If I type an F, it will turn the front face clockwise, and if I type an R, it's going to turn the right side clockwise. Now, when I say clockwise, I mean how it would look if you were facing that particular side. And so far it's all made sense, because it'd be like you were looking down at the upside when we made a clockwise turn, or looking straight ahead when we made this clockwise turn, or looking on the right when we made this clockwise turn. If we hit an L, it's going to make a clockwise turn as if you were standing over here looking at the left side. So it goes that way, which makes sense. once you get the hang of it. We have the back side, which is a B. Okay, it's going clockwise as if you were here looking at it that way again. And the D, which would turn the downside clockwise. Now, the reverse, the counterclockwise, we call a prime move. So if we were to say make a U prime move, we would mean turn the up face counterclockwise. In our site, what we do is in order to just have single keystrokes to make a turn, we just use uppercase letters to indicate a prime, in other words, a counterclockwise move. So I'm going to go backwards through the move history here, and I'm going to do a capital D, which will be a counterclockwise down, capital B, a capital L, R, F, and a capital U. And I've solved the puzzle very simply by just going backwards on all those commands. Now, in our guided solve, we never use the down command, but we do use the other ones. And we also use the Y command, which will turn the entire cube on its Y axis, like so. And a capital Y will go back the other way. There's also an X, capital X, and a Z, capital Z. We don't use those in the guided solve and recommend that you do not use them because you will get confused. Some other things we talk about, the guide will talk about, is the rims. So while this is the upper face or up face, this is the upper rim. And this is important because sometimes we say look for a particular color on the upper rim or middle rim or the lower rim. Okay. Another interesting thing you can do with the move history is you can do a Control Z, hitting Control Z now. It's backing up. You can see it's eliminating the last keys, or last entries, I should say, from the move history, and reversing those moves on the screen. Now I can also hit a Control Y, which will redo those moves, and it will put them in the move history as gray instead of white, so you'll know. When we go to the guide and the guide itself starts making moves for us, those will appear in the move history as red.